So this is kind of the problem here. If you set the voltage too high or too low, so the battery's sitting at 5.38 volts, or excuse me, 53.8 volts. Okay, now we're using 1366. The solar's producing everything right now. There's no grid hooked up. But if there was, and we were just coming out of the morning time, and I had the battery voltage set to 54 for when the grid disconnects. So basically, when the voltage reaches a certain voltage and the battery's charged up, the grid's supposed to disconnect. The issue with this inverter is that it will not allow the solar to charge the battery while the grid is on. That's a huge problem. And if I'd have known that, I would have never bought this inverter. I guess that's what they refer to as a hybrid inverter. You can only do one thing at a time. You can't charge your battery with grid and solar at the same time. Now, I don't know why you can't. I don't know why they didn't enable that. I've seen other inverters that claim to be off-grid can do that. And then I see other ones that are hybrid that claim to do that. I thought what a hybrid inverter did was it was just able to feed back to the grid as a grid tie inverter. This doesn't do any of that either. Not only can it not do that, but it can't do the solar and the grid at the same time. So my MPP solar HV LV 2424 is the green hybrid inverter. It can support the load with whatever you tell it, and it will prioritize whatever you tell it. It will do whatever. But this one here, I can't get it to do the same. It doesn't behave the same way. It's basically all or nothing, this or that. So, and then if you have a setting wrong, it's just going to sit here forever and charge your battery from the grid while it supplies the load. And you'll be sitting here the whole time with all these solar panels laying around doing nothing. It's fucking stupid. It's poorly designed. It's a bad idea. I'm sure someone's going to disagree with me. It doesn't fit my use case scenario. I want the inverter to shut off the grid when solar's present. As soon as the solar is on, turn off my fucking grid. And then, if the solar's not enough to provide for the load, I want it to either supplement that with the grid or switch to the grid. But it won't do that. It can't do that. This inverter is not really, it's kind of in between area. It's like, it's not like your typical Chinese inverter, but it's not like a Snyder or one of the professional ones. It can't be mounted outside. It's not waterproof. It wouldn't be approved in California, I'm sure. I don't think it would be legal to use this anywhere on a permitted installation. I don't think it, I couldn't see. This thing would be nothing but a pain in the ass on a professional installation. There's no reason that a solar company would ever use this inverter for anything, because it just doesn't meet the basic needs. This is for DIY experimental people who don't mind finding out that the last month their inverter never switched over. These are for people to make videos on YouTube about. There's a lot of people that made videos on these, and that was why I bought one. And they probably got theirs for free. So, yeah, I'm a little irritated with it. Do I think it's a good inverter? No, I don't. Do I think it could be? Yes. But for $1,500+, I don't think it's a good choice. I really don't know. And the solar cutoff switch feels like you're going to break it every time you turn it. So, in my opinion, it's probably on par with everything else out there. All the SunGold, all the MPP solars, they're all made by the same company, a lot of them. The POW MRs or whatever. Yeah, I think it's kind of on par with most of them. It's a little bit better, but I probably should have just bought two of the POW MR 5,000 watt ones and put them in parallel for 240 volts. Or I should have bought the SunGold. I bought this because everything was there. Another thing too, the website's super laggy. You make a change on here, it could be minutes before you see it pop up on the EG4 monitoring site. I thought when I got this that this was connecting directly to my inverter. I thought this was coming with software that connects via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi to my computer. So what I didn't understand is that the dongle connects to the internet to their server site, and then I have to log in and register my inverter depending on who I bought it from. So that's the damn dongle right there. It doesn't even screw into this thing. And this thing's huge, by the way. It's very noisy. It doesn't provide circuit breakers for the solar, but it does have this switch that feels like it's going to break every time you turn it. It's just super cheesy, plasticky crap. From what I can tell, you can't charge the battery unless the inverter is on. So which means that then you got to come in and shut off all your loads if you want to just charge the battery. It's really annoying. So anyway, it doesn't automatically want to update itself all the time. You're sitting here trying to figure out what the hell it's doing, waiting and waiting and waiting. So if suddenly something changes with your solar array, it'll be minutes before you see it on here. And the front of the inverter is horrible. Like, if you try and figure out what the hell this crap means. Okay. So we can see PV1 is at 161 volts and the battery is at 53.9. And we can see, for some reason, UPS enabled at 119. Well, that doesn't make any sense. It's up 240 volts. We don't have grid going to it though. And something is 44%. And there's a 1 over there. We don't know what the hell that means. What does it say here? It doesn't say 119 volts, that's for sure. So now it says PV2, 270 volts, and it shows 0.73 kilowatts going into the battery. It shows UPS 1 enabled. And the hertz. And it shows 1.31 kilowatt. PV 1.82 kilowatt. That means that's basically 820 watts is going into it. And it says PV2 1.43 kilowatt. And we hit this thing down here again. And something is 1%. We don't know what the hell that is. And there's a number 2. Get this thing. And we got UPS number 2 apparently enabled. 1%. We have the day total E-day, it says 1.3 kilowatt. And then we have PV2 E-day 1.6 kilowatt. These are kilowatt hours. The battery says 1.20 kilowatt. UPS 1 enabled. 28%. And then when you push back up, it goes to the wrong thing. It's really weird. Anyway, if you ever had to program that from the front of that thing, you'd be pulling your hair out. So anyway, I just don't care for this thing. There's got to be better stuff out there for the same amount of money.